the song Glimmer of Hope kind of encapsulates this journey that we have been on.
Give me a glimmer of hope again.
Of yearning for something more in life.
I'm wondering.
This seeking after hope and fulfillment.
In all the wrong places, would you turn me back around again? Back around.
Welcome to Adventist Waves.
All right, welcome to Adventist Waves. I'm your host, Kahn, and make sure to stick around and subscribe to this podcast. We have a guest all the way from Australia with us today. And yeah, so make sure to subscribe and share with your friends. On today's podcast, we're going to hear from Jade and Adriana. Thanks a lot, guys, for coming on to the podcast.
Thanks for having us.
Thank you.
You guys are all the way from the Gold Coast. Yeah, how's the weather there now?
Well, we've just experienced a cyclone, and thankfully we've made it out alive. We managed to escape 2 hours inland, so we actually missed a lot of the hype, but came back to a lot of trees down, power lines. Some places are out without power for 2 weeks, so we've been hit pretty hard.
Oh,
but
wow.
Yeah, we're in good spirits.
You're kidding me. Well, it's good to see that you guys are still in good spirits. It's awesome. Well, yeah, so we're going to explore your guys' story, and yeah, so let's just dive into it.
Sounds good.
Hey, it's Kahn here. Adventist Waves is dedicated to showcasing the incredible talent within our community, bringing their music and stories to life through our podcast. And your support helps us to continue this. We want to continue producing high-quality episodes featuring Adventist artists and showcasing their journeys. Join us in sharing Adventist music. Become a sponsor today by heading over to our website and making a donation. Thanks for supporting Adventist music one episode at a time. Can you guys share with us a bit about who you are, where you're from, and a moment that you felt inspired to be a musician?
So I'm Adriana from Australia. Songwriting and music has been a part of my life ever since I was a kid. So it's kind of always been present and got quite a musical family. And but it wasn't really until I met Jade that we really started songwriting.
Mm.
I would say more regularly and also a bit better quality than just doing it alone.
Yeah.
So how did that happen, Jade?
Well, actually, when Adriana and I met, according to my dad, we would play music together and our eyes would lock. So I think from early on,
there was a sign there.
Yeah, from early on, we had a deep connection to music, and yeah, eventually we fell in love and got married. And then, yeah, we started our music journey together. We released our first EP 3 months after we got married, which was really exciting.
Wow.
And from there, we have continued. Now we're almost 8 years into our musical journey together, and we feel more excited than ever. We feel like we just love writing songs, and we enjoy that process together as a couple.
That's really exciting. I was recently reading an article that you wrote today, and you had a write-up in there from the Signs, I believe, and in the start of it, you're sharing about the first experience that you had when you were a boy listening to Linkin Park. Could you run us through that experience you had there?
Yeah, so when I was a young kid, I inevitably came across the song by Linkin Park called Numb, and that song resonated with me deeply as a child because of the environment I found myself in and the circumstances in my family. And I had never felt such a deep connection of, I guess, processing feelings and trying to make sense of difficulty and struggles in life. That was the first time I really felt a deep connection with another person that I'd never met before, but it was through the medium of music that came about, and it impacted me greatly. And that was, actually the starting point of my journey in songwriting. I wrote my first song to the track of Numb. So that's where it all began for me.
That's awesome. If I had never heard your guys' music before, how would you describe it to me?
We try to make our music very earthy, very acoustic, indie, kind of natural, beachy, surfy kind of vibes. That's the feeling, like you could listen to it on a long road trip and not be drained or overwhelmed by all the different sounds, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I totally feel that from it, because like I can listen to your guys' music on repeat over and over again, and I probably, I don't feel tired for sure.
Nice.
Yeah. What is one piece of music that reflects your guys' style as musicians?
Yeah, probably the first song on our album, our latest album, Therapy. The song Glimmer of Hope kind of encapsulates this journey that we have been on.
I've been searching and I've been seeking,
of yearning for something more in life,
nowhere to be found.
the seeking after hope and fulfillment.
And I'd do anything just to see you.
I guess this song was one of our first songs where we felt like we started having this really honest, raw, real conversation with God.
What can be seen? But my hope feels like a distant dream.
And originally we didn't intend on exactly sharing this song with the world. It was a song of devotion and a song of searching, heart searching with God.
Save me from all my wandering. If I've been looking in all the wrong places, would you turn me back around again?
But yeah, Glimmer of Hope is about having a real honest conversation with God, seeking after hope.
Too scared to face my unbelief. If what you say, you really mean it.
So we were in the studio with a completely new producer that we've never worked with. He actually started laying down a soundscape for the song, drone soundscapes, pads, and it just felt like a really special moment in the studio. Yeah, everything kind of fell into place after that for this song.
Give me a glimmer of hope again. Save me from all my wandering. If I've been looking in all the wrong places, would you turn me back around?
We don't really detach away from each other throughout the song. It's very much unison of that same seeking after God, and we want it to sound like one voice.
Save me from all my wandering.
Out of the song, we would hope that people feel understood in their struggle of life, whatever that may be. We want people to feel comfortable with God. We want people to know that they can speak to God as with a friend and feel safe to do so.
When I face you, I face my fears, and the devil can't hold me down. I will cling to you, my closest friend. If I seek you, will be found. When I face you, I face my fears, and the devil can't hold me down. I will cling to you,
And so, yeah, this song is an exploration of a conversation I had with God, and it eventuated into a song.
That's awesome. That's the feeling that I got from listening to the song as well. Just feeling like, God is on my side. He's not against me, and he is there for me. And that gave me a lot of comfort, actually, as I was reflecting on the song.
Sure. Yeah, we wanted that bridge to be an affirmation of, God is with you in your struggle. Yeah, so the words in the bridge, when I face you, I face my fears, and the devil can't hold me down. I will cling to you, my closest friend. If I seek, you will be found. Yeah. So the last words in that bridge actually come from a Bible verse. It's Jeremiah 29, verse 13 and 14, which say, "If you look for me wholeheartedly, you will find me. I will be found by you, says the Lord." And so that's really an affirmation for us as seekers after God's own heart. God promises he will be found of us. And so, we just want to encourage people, don't give up the fight. God is for you. God is with you. And he has a plan. Yeah. What we're really thankful for what has come out of our song, Glimmer of Hope, is the messages that we've received from people. One lady wrote in and said, I left the faith many, many years ago, and this song pierced my heart. We had another young man write in to us and say, I've been experiencing anxiety and suicidal thoughts, and this song made me feel so close to God. I felt like I was being embraced. And that's what really motivates us to continue being vulnerable in our music, because we believe that vulnerability is a superpower to be able to relate to other people and make them feel seen and understood. And from that place, we can then rise together in hope of a better life, a better outcome, and ultimately eternal life with the one who loves us the most, the one who knows us the most. That's our greatest hope.
Yeah, and what a day that will be. What a blessing.
Yeah.
You once wrote that as much as I love writing songs, I also find it daunting. It requires me to open my journal to the world to read, in my hopes to reach those who are hurting. I first have to be vulnerable and share my brokenness. If I want others to feel acknowledged and understood, I must enter their world and empathize with their struggles. And then you quoted from Isaiah chapter 53. This is an example. Jesus lived for us, a man of suffering and familiar with pain. Surely he took up our pain and bore our sufferings. How are you doing that in your music these days? What's your vision for the future?
Over the past year, we've written almost 15 songs that we haven't recorded yet. Some of them are worship songs, some of them not necessarily worshipful, but hopeful messages to people of like, you can get through, hope is coming, concepts of rebuilding your life, finding freedom. So I guess songs that non-Christians could listen to and be like, I want that. If that makes sense.
Yeah, we've been seeking to write from a place of sharing life experiences. And I guess that's a new pathway for us in our music. When we first started out with One Glory, we had a couple of love songs, but almost entirely worship songs, as our name suggests, One Glory, to the glory of God.
Yeah.
But then we also, as of recent, we've been realizing that there's so much power in relating to people's stories and meeting people where they're at, whether it's, you know, their childhood experience or things that they're currently going through. For example, recently we wrote a song that hasn't been released yet, but we wrote this song after hearing the story of a friend who has experienced immense loss and abandonment, being abandoned at birth by his mother and having
Wow.
to come to grips with where he belongs in the world, even now as an adult. It's such a difficult reality to live with, and so we want to be able to meet people where they're at. As of recent, we've been writing songs that I feel like are very true to life, very honest, very vulnerable, and yeah, it means a lot for us to be able to journey with others in their story.
So you're doing that through writing music for a more broader audience.
Yeah, sure. Yep.
Adventist Waves.
Hey, it's Kahn here. Adventist Waves is dedicated to showcasing the incredible talent within our community, bringing their music and stories to life through our podcast. Did you know that just for as little as $5 a month, you can become a sponsor and help us to keep Adventist music thriving? Join us in sharing Adventist music. Become a sponsor today by heading over to our website and making a donation. Thanks for supporting Adventist music one episode at a time. What is one practical way that people can support Adventist artists like yourself?
I guess all the usual things like listen, share, subscribe, like, comment on all the, the social platforms, on the music platforms. That helps a lot. Yeah, it's so nice for us to get feedback from listeners. Like, we read all the comments, and yeah, it really encourages us. So that's a huge support.
Yeah. Early on in our journey, we had people who believed in us and the ministry that we were doing. And, whether it's someone praying for our ministry or sending a message to us and saying, really appreciate what you guys are doing and the effort you're putting into these songs. And so I think one of the greatest ways that you can support Adventist artists is just by sending that simple message, because it is quite an isolating experience sometimes, especially for us as recording artists. We don't generally do a lot of live events, and so apart from like comments on videos or songs, we don't really we don't really hear from people all that much. And so I think just to be able to send a personalized message to someone who's taking the effort to put themselves out there and write songs, share to the world, their passions is a very brave thing to do. And we're conscious of that. We want to be able to support others in their endeavors. And I think it makes a big difference.
Is there any communities out there that you guys have become a part of, or have you seen any communities out there that musicians can join to find that type of encouragement?
No, actually, we haven't really come across any community of such. I wish there was. I wish us musicians could come together more often and collaborate. I guess we live in such a individualistic culture that we just seem to be doing it on our own. But hopefully there is such a community in the future.
Yeah. Yeah, I really do too. I kind of see that myself as it's so fractioned in a way where you have one group's over there doing one thing and then another group's doing one thing. So to have a community where we come together and encourage each other is definitely a need I feel is in the Adventist community.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's something we've been wanting to initiate for a couple of years actually, is to start writers' retreats, places where artists can come together and write together, produce together. That would be amazing.
That would be cool.
So hopefully sometime in the future that would be a great experience.
You know, there are such things as like music camps. I don't know if you've heard about that, where they have like young people who do that kind of stuff as well. But
Sure.
never heard of anything like that for adults or for more experienced musicians.
Sure. Yeah.
They have digital conferences going on in church right now. And what else? I recently heard that they had like a creators lab up in North, what is it? The conference up there in Portland and Oregon.
Right.
Yeah, creators lab up there. They also had another one in Australia. I think last year there was one organized there.
Sure.
I believe creative kind of community there. But again, good to network in those areas too, right?
Yeah.
Have you been a part of any of those?
No, we haven't.
We were a part of the creative conference twice at the Gold Coast.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
Creative conference.
Charmaine Patel, is it?
Sure.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Charmaine, yeah.
Yeah, creative conference.
Did you find that to be very valuable?
It's really encouraging to come together at creative conference and hear people share their journey in ministry, and to be able to network and meet other people of similar interests and passions.
And even different ones as well, like different gifts, like gifts completely different to ours.
Sure.
Like it's inspiring to see people that are driven to follow their dreams, their calling, their gifting.
Yeah, whether it's children books or making videos or podcasts, musicians, there's so much that we can do as a community, and it's inspiring to come together and share those gifts.
Yeah, it's amazing because not everyone can sing a song, but for us who can sing songs and who have those talents, and we can combine our gifts with others as well.
Yeah. I was just going to say.
Sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I truly believe that like every single human being is a creative person. We all used to draw with crayons once upon a time, and somewhere along our life's journey, either we were discouraged from being creative or following a passion. And we just want to encourage people, like, who told you you're not a creative person? Like, you are made in the image of God. He's the creator of all things beautiful. And so we can also procreate in beautiful ways, music, poetry, film, art. It's a beautiful world and that we're a part of, and we all can share in that creative space. Yeah.
So if you're listening to this podcast and you feel like you are called to be a creative and use your gifts for God, like Jade and Adriana do, and have used their gifts for God, you can too. So that brings us to a close of this episode of Adventist Waves. Thank you so much for listening. It's really been a blessing to have you guys on this podcast today. It's been an adventure.
Thanks. Yeah, we've loved the conversation.
Thanks for inviting us.
Yeah. No worries. And thank you for helping to encourage more Adventist musicians out there. There's a lot of people out there who are starting up for the first time, and I think we've definitely been able to inspire them today. So did this song make an impact on your life? Let us know by writing a comment in the Spotify app or on Instagram, Facebook. Leave us a comment and tell us if this episode inspired you. And if you'd like to know more about me, you can sign up for my newsletter, Resonance. I dive into podcasting in the Adventist world every month. So yeah, thanks so much for listening to the podcast. This is Adventist Waves.
Adventist Waves,